Hello, and welcome to the Freddie Mac Connect session, bringing in quick cash, flexible options to transfer your servicing contract rights. All lines are in listen-only mode. This session is being recorded and will be made available following the presentation. If you have any questions for our speaker, please use the Q&A icon located in the bottom of your screen. If you have any technical issues, please also use the Q&A box and someone will assist you. Lastly, using the handouts icon, you will find links to our speaker's bio and the presentation deck. With that, I will turn it over to Hakan Bego, Senior Director of Secondary Execution Strategies at Freddie Mac. Hakan, the floor is yours.
Thank you, and welcome everybody to Freddie Connect and to our session on bringing in quick cash, flexible options to transfer your servicing contract rights. In this session, we're going to talk about a couple things. First, we're going to define bifurcation. And bifurcation is how the selling and servicing reps and warrants are split. So we're going to define that, talk about that a little bit, and then we're going to give you an overview of our servicing released exchange program. There are three programs within that: cash released exchange, co-issue exchange, and correspondent exchange. And we'll cover those as well as some of the additional functionality available in co-issue exchange, in cash released exchange, which is how you can manage servicers that participate in that program, as well as the automated way of transferring documents and data to the transferee servicer. And we call that FAST, Freddie Automated Servicing Transfer. Finally, we'll cover our correspondent exchange program. And then we'll talk about the bottom line. What does all this mean to you? And what does all this mean to how you run your business? So let's start with bifurcation. Bifurcation is the division of the selling and servicing reps and warrants between the seller and the servicer. There are three different types. There's obviously non-bifurcated, which means there is no split. The servicer is going to take the selling and servicing reps and warrants. Full bifurcation, which is the most common in the market right now, and you're probably most familiar with that, that's where the reps and warrants are divided. And the seller will keep the selling reps and warrants, and the servicer will take the servicing reps and warrants. And there is no ability for Freddie to go back to the servicer and have them take on the selling reps and warrants. In between those two is operational bifurcation. And in operational bifurcation, the reps and warrants are split. However, in the event of failure of the seller, Freddie Mac does have the rights to move the selling reps and warrants to the transferee servicer. Now we'll cover an overview of the executions that we have within our servicing released exchange program. The first one is cash released exchange. In this program, you can sell any number, no loans, whatever you want to do. You sell them for cash, and then you transfer the servicing contract rights to a transferee servicer that Freddie Mac approves. And there's 10 that are approved, and this is a best execution that Freddie Mac runs for you. Second program is co-issue exchange. In co-issue exchange, you sell loans, but you can sell through cash. You can also do a guarantor execution. And then you would transfer the servicing contract rights to a servicer of your choice that must be Freddie Mac approved. And the third one's correspondent exchange. And this is very much a correspondent execution. So you would sell loans and the servicing to a servicing contract rights to a correspondent lender. That correspondent would then sell to Freddie Mac. And from your standpoint, it's just a normal correspondent delivery. However, when we cover the program, there are some enhancements that allow the correspondents that participate in the program, the aggregators, to actually provide, have the ability to provide a slightly better execution to the sellers. Let's start with cash released exchange. So some of the benefits of cash released exchange to a seller. There are no volume requirements. You can come into the program, once you're approved, you can come into the program, and if you want to sell one loan, you can sell one loan. If you want to sell multiple loans, you can sell multiple loans. You can come in and out as you want. There's no volume requirement whatsoever, so it's very flexible in that regard. The funding is all-in funding, so you will get funded at settlement by Freddie Mac for the loan, and you will get the SRP as well. This program is your terms, so you sell to your terms directly to Freddie Mac. We have 10 servicers that participate in the program. They are large, well-established servicers, and they are on our website. You can see those. I'll provide a link at the end. And you're going to receive the best execution from those 10 for the loan characteristics that you put in and the loan that you're looking to transfer servicing rights. It is full bifurcation only. And so that means you'll have a direct relationship with Freddie Mac. Anything that comes up post-audit, any file review requests, repurchase requests, anything like that, you're going to be dealing directly with Freddie Mac, which means you control your rebuttals, you control the dialogue with Freddie. You're basically speaking on your own behalf and not going through the servicer. The delivery of the docs and data to the transferee servicer is through FAST, and that is a portal. It standardizes the transfers, so you don't have to do 10 different ways depending on which servicer ends up being the transferee servicer. And instead, it's a standardized way to do it. And so it's very efficient. And another benefit of cash released is there's no contracting necessary. If you're approved Freddie seller servicer, you're approved for full bifurcation, all the parameters of the program are in the guide, Exhibit 28A, and you don't need to sign any documents or do anything additional other than be a Freddie seller servicer and qualify for full bifurcation. The process for a cash released exchange, the delivery process, you would take out a contract through Loan Selling Advisor, just like you do now, and then you would complete the delivery of the loan through Loan Selling Advisor. You deliver the note to the Freddie Mac designated doc custodian. I believe there's 2 available in this program, US Bank and Bank of New York Mellon. And then you'll receive funding from Freddie Mac, and you'll receive funding for the loan and the SRP all in. Then you deliver the loan package through FAST, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. The servicer then can access the loan data and the documents through FAST, and then they'll board their servicing contract rights onto their system. One of the features of cash released exchange is, while there are 10 servicers that participate in the program, and they are large, well-established, stable servicers, you do have the ability to manage those servicers. Not only can you manage which servicers actually will be able to give you an SRP for the loan that you're looking to sell to Freddie, but you'll also be able to manage how much they pay, in the sense of if you want to sell to someone that you were willing to sell to somebody at a lower price, you'll be able to manage that. You can also manage selling to somebody that you may not want to sell to, but you're willing to at a higher price. So there's a couple ways, a couple things here. One is the access of this is going to be an exchange center, and you're going to see that in Loan Advisor under Quick Links. So you can see this arrow at the bottom of that top right screen, at the bottom of that screen pointing to Quick Links. Then you're going to navigate to the servicer preferences and managing servicer preferences. You select the CRX servicer preferences. This is for cash released. And what you'll see is you have the ability to do a couple things. You can edit those. And what you can do is either darken, which means that that servicer will not even see the loan. So they will not be able to give you an SRP. And that's one thing you can do. But you can also do something where you direct loans to go to, let's say, a servicer of choice, even if that servicer is not the best bid. So if you want to do business with a servicer in particular, and you're willing to do that, even if they're not the best execution, you can manage that through this. Conversely, if you have a servicer that you don't necessarily want to do business with, but you're willing to sell to them if their price is higher than the best bid, you can manage that here as well. And you'll do all that here and load all that here in Exchange Center. The delivery, finally, the delivery of the loans. Once you've done all that, once the loan is settled and the transaction's settled, then you'll deliver the loans, documents, and data through our FAST tool. FAST eliminates the need for you to conform to each individual servicer in cash released to whatever their delivery requirements are. It's standardized. It's one process for all of them. You upload through FAST, and then those data and those documents are delivered to the transferee servicer. You don't need to do anything, and in most cases, you won't even need to have any type of direct contact with the servicer. It is required for cash released exchange It is optional for co-issue exchange, and we're starting to see some interest, and we're starting to see some co-issue relationships that are using FAST. So what is it? It's a portal. It standardizes the transfer. It addresses pain points for both transferee servicers and for sellers. It saves time, lowers cost, and it simplifies the process. It's very straightforward. However, there is training available through Freddie Mac for some of the nuances of the program. And we'll talk about those nuances. You need to upload documents, and they need to be imaged. The way that works is you take the documents that are related to the loan that was sold, you group those in and create a zip file. So you put all the image documents into one file, zip the file, and there's a naming convention you need to use, which is going to identify the transferee servicer that the documents and data should go to. That naming convention is in the guide, Exhibit 28A, so it's always available to you, and you can always look at it to make sure that you adhere to the naming convention. Once you do that in Loan Advisor, there is a button where you can click on, and that will access the portal. And in that portal is where you'll upload your documents. Remember, you don't do anything with data. All you're doing is uploading documents. FAST will then take those documents, use that naming convention to know which servicer it goes to. It'll look at that servicer's requirements for indexing of the documents and for data to be extracted. FAST will extract that data. It'll index the documents. It'll remediate the data for accuracy. It'll ensure that the data is accurate, and it'll put that into a portal that the servicer can then access. And the servicer then has the ability to pull the documents in their naming convention, in their stacking order, and they'll be able to pull the data, which includes data not available in ULDD that has to be pulled from the documents. Co-issue exchange is our second program in servicing released exchange. This is very much what you would think of as a traditional co-issue program. And in a traditional co-issue program, the relationship on the loan is really with Freddie Mac, while the relationship on the servicing rights and the pricing of servicing rights is between you and the servicer. So some of the benefits is you do get to choose your servicer. Servicer has to be Freddie Mac approved, but you can establish a one-to-one relationship with a servicer of your choice. Along with that comes pricing. So the pricing will come from the servicer. So you're going to see an SRP grid from that servicer that's going to be unique to you and unique to your relationship with that servicer. So it can be locked in. They may provide you 30-day pricing. They may provide you 60-day pricing. And you're also going to see it in advance. In co-issue, if you choose a bifurcated option, which could be full bifurcation, but it could also be operational bifurcation, then you will have a direct relationship with Freddie Mac on any post-closing audit issues. File review requests, repurchase requests, all of those, you're dealing directly with Freddie. You can adhere to rebuttal timelines. You can basically state your own case, argue on your own behalf, and you control how that process goes directly with Freddie Mac. Co-issue also allows you to do some additional execution methods. So cash released exchange is obviously cash only. With co-issue, you can do cash. You can also do guarantor. You can do mandatory best efforts. And we do have servicers through which you can do e-mortgages as well. And again, you identify those servicers and we get them approved. If they're already Freddie approved, then you don't have to go through that. And then you establish a relationship. You will have to do a purchase and sale agreement with that servicer. So there is that slight additional contracting that you need to do. But other than that, you pretty much control the relationship. The delivery there is the same, is very much a co-issue delivery process. You're going to take out the contract through Loan Selling Advisor. You're going to complete the loan delivery. You can deliver the note, and then you'll get funded for the loan only from Freddie Mac. Okay. Then you deliver your package to the servicer, the transferee servicer, and then the transferee servicer will load onto their system, and then the transferee servicer will pay you the SRP. So the funding of the servicing contract rights comes from the transferee servicer, whereas the loan funding comes from Freddie Mac. So there could be a delay. You could get funded by Freddie, and there could be a delay in when you get funded for the servicing contract rights. Our last program is Correspondent Exchange. This is a program that is unique to Freddie Mac. A couple parameters here and some benefits of this program. It is a correspondent execution. So we have two aggregators that participate in the program now, which are US Bank and Truist. And their programs are EasyD and Core Advantage. If you're already have a relationship with one of those two, then you can certainly talk to them about participating in those programs. Some of the benefits of Correspondent Exchange are pricing. You're going to receive an all-in price from the aggregator. And so to the extent that aggregators have times when they have a very aggressive servicing bid, for example, very aggressive SRPs, you might be able to take advantage of that. You're going to get funded all in by the aggregator. So that funding could come quicker, which allows you to turn warehouse lines faster if you need to do that, and you'll get your cash quicker. There is the potential for the aggregator to do more limited file reviews, which also can factor into the quicker funding. You are selling to that aggregator's credit box. So whatever they are willing to give you in terms of the credit and the availability and the programs and products they have, you're going to be selling to that, to their program, not the program that you have necessarily with Freddie Mac. So that could open up some options for you there as well. It is operational bifurcation. So you will have a direct relationship with Freddie Mac on post-closing audit findings, repurchases, file review requests. Similar to full bifurcation, you're dealing directly with us. And as I said, there's two participants in the program. If you do have a relationship with an aggregator and that aggregator is interested in this program, then you can certainly come to us and say, hey, can we get approved or get them approved to participate in the program? It is operational bifurcation only, but we're certainly willing to take on more aggregators in this program. The delivery through Correspondent Exchange is you're going to upload to the aggregator and you're going to lock with them, okay? But then you're also going to deliver a ULDD file through Loan Selling Advisor to Freddie Mac. And that's where the efficiency of the program comes in. So you'll submit your package to the aggregator, your loan package to the aggregator. They're going to do whatever reviews they're going to do, and then they're going to purchase the loan from you, okay? The efficiency is in that step of you uploading ULDD, because when you do that, Freddie Mac has the ability to look at that submission, compare it to an aggregator's term, and be able to do, if there's edits that need to happen, data edits, it'll all be done up front. And the aggregator will get a very early read that that is eligible for delivery to Freddie Mac. And because of that, if they choose to, the aggregator can probably streamline processes, do more limited file reviews, and potentially fund quicker. So that step of uploading ULDD is what makes this program unique. So 3 programs. What's the bottom line? The bottom line is really looking at your business and looking at what it is you're looking to do. Our objective is to give you options and to give you flexibility. So whatever your business need is, we have a program that can fulfill that. If you're looking for the ease of use, quick in, no contracting, deliver when you want, how much you want, being able to manage servicers through either pricing or through darkening or not even being able to bid on your loans, and you want the best execution. You want Freddie Mac to run your best execution for you among 10 servicers. And if you want speed and simplicity of funding, and all-in funding one time with Freddie Mac for the loan and the servicing contract rights, then you really want to look at Cash Release Exchange. It is simple, it's quick, it's easy, and it's something that has a lot of flexibility to be in and out of. If, however, you're looking for establishing relationship, you want to really work with one servicer. You can work with more than one, but one servicer at a time. and you really want their pricing and you want to be able to see their pricing in advance. You may want to have pricing extended out 30, 60 days, and you want to have some negotiation ability on that SRP. If you want guarantor execution, and if you might be looking at non-bifurcated. Again, it's not common, but we do see some non-bifurcated relationships. Then you should look at co-issue exchange. And then finally, if you either have a correspondent relationship with an aggregator or you want to establish one either with an aggregator that's in our program already or an aggregator that might want to participate in our program, and you want to be able to kind of maintain that correspondent relationship with them, but possibly get some efficiencies that are available through our correspondent exchange program, then you want to be looking at correspondent exchange. And again, I'll emphasize that you don't have to pick from one or the other of these. You can do all three. So as your business needs change, let's say you have guarantor execution you're doing right now. So you have co-issue exchange, but then you decide you want cash and you want to be able to go in and out quickly. You want to be able to manage your balance sheet quickly, and you're approved for full bifurcation, then you can do cash released. There's no obligation and there's no restriction on which of these you participate in. You can participate in any one of them, all of them, two of them. It's really up to you, and it's really up to what works best for your business needs. Resources. So here's how you can get more information on these programs. You can also see which servicers participate. I believe we have 14, 15 that are in co-issue and 10 in cash released. And I already mentioned the 2 that are in correspondent exchange. If you scan the code on the right side of the page, you will be taken to our Servicing Released Exchange webpage. And from there, you can get more detailed information on the programs, what you need to do to participate in the programs in terms of either qualification or in terms of steps you need to take. And any information you want on those programs is available. So I encourage you to scan the code, get on the website, dig around, and look at these more in depth. If one thing we would like is we would like your feedback. So if you participate in the programs now, or based on this presentation, if you have feedback you want to give on the programs, we definitely are actively always seeking feedback, always want to improve, always want to be responsive to the market needs. So again, scan the QR code, and there'll be a very brief survey that you can take, and that feedback will come directly to my team. And we definitely look at it. We definitely evaluate it. We're constantly looking to make enhancements to these programs, and we would appreciate your feedback. And finally, if there's any questions, we'll take those at this time.
Great, Hakan. Thank you so much for that presentation. I do have a few questions to ask you, but if any of our attendees have questions, we just ask that you submit those using the Q&A box located on your screen there. But the first one I have for you, Hakan, is when submitting documents using FAST, do I need to do anything to the documents before submitting?
Thanks, and that's a good question. The critical thing is the naming convention. And again, it needs to be named. The zip file needs to be named so that the system can identify the servicer and apply the correct rules and the correct mapping for that servicer. And again, that naming convention is available in Exhibit 28A in the Freddie Mac Seller Servicer Guide. So each servicer will have a unique part of that naming convention that identifies them. And you will need to do that. The other thing is I would encourage complete file, make sure the docs are readable, create a zip file from that. And the more complete it is and the more the files are readable, then the transaction goes through very quickly and you're done. If for some reason a file is not readable or is missing, then you could be in a situation where you'll be dealing with the servicer to remediate that. So the best thing you can do is name properly and get complete readable files into the submission.
Great, thank you for that response. Next question for you, Hakan, is how do I get approved for cash released exchange?
Cash released exchange is full bifurcation, so it does require you to be approved for full bifurcation by Freddie Mac. You can either go through, if you have an account executive, then you can go through an account executive, tell them you're interested in cash released exchange, and then we can take that through the approval process. The other way is, I think you probably call 1-800-FREDDIE, and you can go through that and also be able to get approval through that. You can also probably go through the web page. I think there's, in the servicing released web page, there may be a section where you can fill out a contact form. That would be another way. So there's multiple ways to get approval. I will say the approval is very quick. So it's typically only a matter of days, and you'll know that you're approved for the program.
Great, thank you for that response. The next question we have here is, can I participate in more than one of these programs?
Yes, you can. As I covered towards the end, there are no restrictions on your ability to participate. I will also say that you can do different bifurcation types for some of the programs. So for example, if you're in cash released, you're full bifurcation, but just let's say in co-issue, you want to do a non-bifurcated relationship or an operational bifurcation relationship, you can do that as well. Correspondent exchange, if you're in that program, that is operational bifurcation only at this time. But again, there's flexibility. So you can be operational one, full in another, and you can participate in the multiple programs, one program, two, three, all three, none, hopefully not none, but any one of the three. And again, the flexibility is a key thing. If you think about it in that context, one of these programs will meet your business needs at any particular time. And the flexibility to be able to use whichever one you want, which is appropriate for what you need at that time, that's what we're trying to provide in these programs.
All right, thank you so much. Last question here for you, Hakan, is why can't Freddie Mac give me all-in funding for co-issue?
That's a good one. And we are well aware of the market desire for that. So right now, all-in funding you're going to get in correspondent exchange from the aggregator. You're going to get it in cash released from Freddie Mac. For co-issue right now, it's not available. However, we are acutely aware of the market need for that and the desire for that. And we are actively working on bringing all-in funding functionality to our co-issue program. I don't think we'll require it. I think we'll have it as an option because, again, our objective is optionality and not forcing you into one thing or the other, but allowing you to choose what works for you based on what you're looking to do with your business. So we know we need it. We know that you want it, and we are working on it. I don't have a time frame right now, but it is a high priority here at Freddie Mac.
Great. Thank you so much, Hakan, for all of your responses and your great insights during your presentation. That's unfortunately all the time that we have for questions right now, but if you did submit a question into our Q&A box, we will follow up with a response to you after our conference. But that said, your opinion is still very important to us. Please take a few moments to complete our brief survey so that we can continue to bring you timely and relevant content. This presentation deck will be sent to you following this session. You can also log in anytime after the conference to play back this or any other session. Thank you for your time today and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Well, that's a wrap on day one of Freddie Mac Connect 2023. But don't go away just yet because our networking lounges are still open. And you can also visit our sponsors in the exhibit hall. I'm Sonu Mittal, Head of Single Family Acquisitions. And I want to thank you for your time and attention today. It was a whirlwind of great content that I hope equipped you with practical insights that will make a positive impact on your business. My favorite session today, of course, was my fireside chat with Ravi Shankar and Jeff Markowitz. Shankar and I are optimistic about the future of our industry. We will weather some ups and downs, as always, but Freddie Mac will be here to partner with you in our joint mission to keep the mortgage market thriving for the benefit of the borrowers we serve. I would like to thank our partners, sponsors for their support of Connect, as well as our breakout session leaders, and especially today's guest speaker, Andrew Bush. I was captivated by Andrew's insights on the extraordinary pace of change happening in our economy and the world. His observations were incredibly practical to help us prepare our business with the innovation that can drive opportunities in this ever-changing landscape. As a preview for tomorrow, we've got another packed day with valuable content that you won't want to miss. We have two featured speakers for you in the morning. First is Sam Cater, Freddie Mac's chief economist, who'll provide the most timely and relevant economic insights available anywhere. Sam is always a crowd favorite. We are also lucky to have guest speaker Majora Carter with us. Majora is an urban revitalization expert who will open our eyes about different ways to transform low-status communities into thriving mixed-use local economies. Coming up next is an opportunity to network with your industry peers in the seller and servicer lounges. Our sponsors will also be available in the exhibit hall to showcase their offerings. One reminder that if you miss any of the sessions you wanted to watch, recordings will be available after the end of the conference and will be on our platform for a year. Don't wait that long to watch, though. This is relevant, strong content that can help your business today. We are happy to have this virtual format that allows us to provide you the flexibility of watching every session you want on your own time. With that, I'll leave you to enjoy your networking, and we'll see you again tomorrow at 11 a.m. for more of Freddie Mac Connect. Thank you, and have a good afternoon.